You're right.
All right, let's make Play-Doh, right? We need a microwave-safe bowl. So what does that mean?
No metal.
No metal.
I don't use plastic.
No metal. Yeah, and
Whoa, hey, no metal.
not in the microwave. I highly recommend that you don't put plastic in the microwave if you're going to eat the stuff because plastic is very toxic. Okay? Now, our recipe is very simple. It's 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil that I moved over here this morning. You can actually use any kind of oil that you want for this, but this is the cheapest, and I think it works best. Now, I have used coconut oil before, which is kind of awesome, and it almost makes a Play-Doh slime, but it's kind of expensive. It is.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I had some that I didn't really like, and I used it up making Play-Doh, and I would sit and play with Willa, and it's really awesome for your hands. Like, not that, but the coconut oil was awesome. For flour, these are marked. I have them over here, and if it's not here, it's on the rack behind Braylon. Alright, but I've been teaching quick breads for a minute. So usually they're right here on the table.
You have a lot of sugar.
Oh yeah, never enough though.
Oh, God.
There's always a scoop in the flour. Definitely use the scoop by the handle, okay? It's a germ thing. Yeah, for real, thanks. Face forward, Chase, unless you want to be out of the lab. And that is an option, okay? If you don't come in here, do your job, and pay attention, I'll sit you right here with some paperwork while the rest of us do our lab, okay? And that goes for anybody, not just Chase. There's 1 cup. I use the scoop to ladle it into the cup. I don't ever put the cup down inside the flour. And then you want to stick the scoop straight up. And I did get flour on it yesterday because I had more to it. I need to wash off the handle. 2 cups of flour. Then you need a 1/2 cup of salt. Now, that's why Play-Doh tastes so bad. Have you ever tried to eat Play-Doh like when you were little? Never? Yeah, of course. I never tried to eat a crayon or anything like that, but I remember putting a tiny...
Glue is good.
I don't know about glue.
I ate a crayon.
And I definitely can't handle the crayon because, God, they stink. They smell good, but I wouldn't want to taste that smell. You know what I mean?
I almost died.
But a piece of Play-Doh, I remember putting it in my mouth. I was about 5. And it was very salty. Like, which is great. It's a 1/2 cup. And if you get, a little bit more full, it's not that big of a deal. I always shake it around a little bit because you want it to be level. And it is. Then I would put in the cream of tartar, which we are missing today. I have a feeling it's here, and I just don't know where it's at.
Chicken cabinet.
I did. Do you see all these cabinets, yo? Yeah, it took me 55 minutes. That's where it's supposed to be. But things aren't always where they are supposed to be in this lab. Shocker. I know. And I'll bring it tomorrow. I'd rather just bring it and not have to look for it. Okay? Stir it up with a fork. 1/2 cup of salt. The cream of tartar, which you'll put in tomorrow. It looks like flour. Oops, I'm messy, Olivia. You better watch out now. And 1.5 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of oil. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the tap water as hot as I can. It takes literally like 5 minutes for the hot water to get here from wherever the hot water heater is in this building. I don't even know if it's in this building. Like, it could be 3 blocks away from here for as long as it takes for hot water to get here. So don't give up on hot water. Go to the left. That's the hot side. And I just used hot water, and it's cold again. It's annoying. This is a liquid measuring cup.
That's the water bill.
You can tell by the front of it.
You can tell because it's got the pour spout, absolutely. But most of the time, liquid measuring cups are clear. They're usually glass or plastic, right? And you can see through them. Come on, hot water. I just used hot water. Push this rain won't stop. You can also use boiling water. It's skip the microwave, but I think that's super dangerous, personally. I don't want us to use the, I never did, I always use the microwave. It's like, come on.
When we made Play-Doh, we used the oven. We used boiling water.
Boiling?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was making it with Willa, and she was like 3, so
Oh,
boiling
yeah.
water is not an option. Yeah, it's not gonna get hot, so I'm just gonna use warm water. It's not hot.
At my house, the water gets really hot.
Now, when you go to measure liquids, you want to make sure that you get down eye level and make sure that it's not bouncing around like mine is. If you get, if I'm looking from here, it looks like I have 1 3/4 of a cup of liquid.
Yeah.
And if I go from underneath, it looks like I have a perfect amount. But if I'm at eyeball level, I actually have too much. So I'm going to pour a little bit out. Okay?
Watch your notifications.
Uh-oh.
You gotta take some of them.
Now what I do is I add, gentlemen, try to focus. I know it's hard. Chase, you're clocking me, baby, not him. Okay? What?
Do you have a trash can in here?
Yes, 2. 1 right here, 1 over there. I always add the oil to the water because I think it's easier to mix in.
That
1,
would be easy. Yo, it floods so cool.
2.
When you get oil on your hands, it
Pretty
looks weird.
too. Yeah, I agree.
It looks like
Like
orange.
when you put it underwater. though.
Looks like bubbles
It does.
outside though.
Yeah, and remember our fire video? Yeah, and he said oil has a lower density than water. It floats on top of the water. So when you add that water to that fire, all that grease that's on fire floats to the top. And then the water explodes because 600 degrees. It's a big difference between boiling water, which is when water evaporates, 212 degrees, and 600 degrees, which is the temperature of fire, at least, depending on the fire. Pour it in, stir it up as much as you can. It's not going to be, it's going to look so gross. It really does. It looks nasty, and it sounds even worse. What we're looking for when we microwave it is we want it to look like mashed potatoes. Oddly enough, that's what it looks like when it's about
Oh, I
ready.
love mashed potatoes and Play-Doh.
Me too.
Now, I'm just using a fork. We don't want to burn this. And these microwaves are very, very good. So, be careful. I would suggest
Radiation.
30-second intervals.
That's some
Okay?
good radiation coming out of that.
It's non-ionizing radiation.
Alright.
It won't hurt you.
But it's still
Fine.
radiation.
Huh?
It's still radiation.
It is.
Just said
But the ionizing is the kind that you need to be worried about. The
goldfish.
kind that's coming off that cell phone sitting in your lap, not the Play-Doh in the microwave,
That's
okay?
a big microwave. It's still working.
Y'all need to educate yourselves. For real. Plug it up. Might help. I'm gonna do my first round on 1 minute.
Taste of this.
It's a sucker.
In mouth.
He's a sucker on the
I
end
pulled the
of
stick off.
Ooh.
Look, these only food in
Here,
his mouth.
want one of these?
The stuff in there. What's this? Stop doing that.
Goldfish, goldfish, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Yep, give me some goldfish. Taste. My boy, give me some.
I thought you would give me the
Since,
I don't know what's happening.
since I started cold water, I'm gonna do my first round at 1 minute. But I'm definitely gonna watch it too. Okay?
It's bad that it doesn't have a clear view.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't know why they do that. I think it's to grab the rays.
Perfect. No?
Do you know how the microwave was discovered?
That's a good
I don't know.
You do understand that microwaves
Micro.
just exist, right? Not like the appliance, but the actual wave
Tiny,
of
tiny, tiny wave.
radiation
Yeah.
That's
just
what
exists. A scientist was working on concentrating those waves and studying them, and he had a chocolate bar in his pocket that kept melting. Like, and that's how he invented the microwave oven. Neat, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
running away from me. It dragged me against the brass. And
I think
With the
It's
dog.
ready.
You dog sit?
Yeah, a dog sitting also has. I'll have to show you the picture of my dog.
I don't want to start dog sitting down.
Now I'm gonna get a spoon. It totally looks like mashed potatoes, does it not? It's the right
Thanks.
texture.
Is it raining?
What is it? Bro, show me.
I want to see your dog.
It's a kangaroo.
Why is Mouser? It's like over here. Oh.
Now it'll be hot.
It looks like the hardest mashed potatoes ever.
Yeah,
I bet they
bad mashed potatoes.
stale mashed
That's
potatoes.
Olivia.
No, you ate my
Now be real careful with this step.
Guys,
That's
listen.
the last time, for real. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's still kind of hot. I wouldn't like stick my hand all the way in this and keep it there, but it's not so hot that you can't start working with it. Now we actually mix it with our hands. This is the most important part, and that is getting it finally mixed together. As you can see, the cream of tartar really doesn't bother us on the first day of the Play-Doh, but this Play-Doh will last a long time if you take care of it, okay? And I'm just working it. It actually feels really good on my wrist because my wrist hurts. Really good, like a heating pad. I'm just working it like I would bread dough, and that makes it super smooth and super elastic.
Looks like pizza dough now.
Yeah, doesn't it? A little bit.
It looks like that mashed potato pizza crust. Have you ever seen that?
No.
There's something called mashed potato pizza.
Mashed potato or mashed cauliflower?
Oh, mashed potato.
I don't know about that. Then the fun part comes. I'm not dyeing my hands today.
Have you ever had
Good coloring.
Have you ever had a make it green?
I'm allergic to green food coloring.
Make
So
it blue.
no.
Make it blue.
Oh,
Blue.
Yeah,
Really?
Make it different colors. Rainbow.
Wow.
Except green.
No, we don't got all that.
Aw.
Blue.
Blue. Yeah, blue. Blue.
Hey, have patience.
Blue.
They don't have any ever.
I do.
They mix yellow and green.
No, I
No
said they don't have any patience.
No green.
I got pink.
Wait, how are you allergic to green?
Hey,
I'm
what?
allergic to chromates. I'm allergic to chrome, which is chromates. You know, like that color.
Oh, like the
Chrome, and they use chromates to make green paint and green food coloring and green eyeshadow, unfortunately. So I can't do none of that anymore. It sucks.
Those are made out of rubber.
Now, this is one batch. It should be, if we do 3 batches, 3 groups, it should be enough. Y'all stop or I'm going to say, no, you can't eat in here because it's too distracting. And how sad would that be? No, you can't eat in the foods lab? What's that? That's nonsense. Man up. If we need to make more, we can. That's not that big of a deal. If you got time to make 2 batches, you can make 2 batches. That's all right. Don't go over 2 because we'll run out of ingredients, okay? But if you want to dye it in different batches, that's okay. Not a problem at all, okay? And it's really like 4 things of Play-Doh. Like if you bought Play-Doh, it's actually a little bit more than 4 things of Play-Doh for 50 cents, if that. Probably not even that much, okay? So you flatten it out and you make a little hole and make sure that you have gloves on because the gel food coloring is intense. And I'm talking like a drop. Start with a drop, please. We'll do 2 blues, and I can probably do green since I've got gloves on, and a pink. Yeah, I got a lot of this orchid pink color. We need to get rid of it. It's pretty, but we don't use it on cakes very much. We usually run out of orange and black. And black really doesn't work for Play-Doh. Black food coloring is just not the best in the world, and red isn't either. Now, we do have the super black, but it just makes gray. It really just makes gray. I did have a recipe for black food coloring, or black Play-Doh, but it involved putting cocoa powder in it. So,
Cocoa powder.
which is brown, very dark brown.
Did you put blue in there? In the first
Blue,
Oh.
pink.
I thought that was black.
Yeah.
It all looks
I
black
think the one that's in her
at
hand is
first.
black.
Yeah, the yellow might be done.
Fatality.
And I won't have any more dye before tomorrow. Ooh, there's a little squidge. Look at that little squidge from the lid.
Squeege.
Squidge is sometimes all it takes. Squidge? For real?
I've never heard anyone say squidge.
Never heard of a squidge or something?
Nope, I've always heard of like a big.
What about a smidge?
I've heard smidge.
Smidgen? Just a smidgen?
I've heard
Let's
smidget.
see.
I've heard someone say smidget.
Now, it doesn't look like much, but it goes a long way. The gel food coloring is
Oh my god.
legit.
Already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
You can make marble Play-Doh, y'all. And we made glitter Play-Doh.
That was fun.
We did all kinds of crazy Play-Dohs. It does. It's kind of how we do fondant. Like the marble fondant's real popular right now.
I've seen it. And it's cool. The marble.
It is.
Holy crap.
We're making green.
See, that's really pretty. That's some pretty Play-Doh, y'all. And if you keep mixing it like I was mixing it, it would eventually turn some shade of green. Somebody want to mix this one? You gotta catch it.
Yeah, Chase.
Shortstop. He started to, and then he was like, "Yep, I'm not the best pitcher either." So we don't talk about that. Yo, this one's gonna be pretty. Blue's my favorite.
You food coloring that one?
I did.
Yes, it hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah,
So warm.
it is, and it's cooled down quite a bit since I brought it over here.
Bring lemon field. Oh my god.
It's very therapeutic. I've done this recipe with old people too. Like, we used to volunteer at the nursing home and stuff. And they really like it because, like I said, it's very therapeutic for your hands. Especially if you have, like, arthritis or something.
I want the pink one.
I'm doing ladies first on this one, so.
I want the big one too.
I want the I get a pink one.
No, she break it open into two.
Okay, yeah.
And that one's kind of a teal color, so it's kind of blue too.
I want the pink one though.
On blue.
And it's kind of a purpley orchid color.
What if you don't get it though?
He'll be fine. It's Play-Doh.
It's Play-Doh, guys.
And you're making Play-Doh tomorrow. Alright?
us?
You are doing this lab
I
tomorrow.
did yesterday.
I'm just showing you today. Ooh, I like that color.
I made Play-Doh yesterday.
It is softer than Play-Doh. And it'll be, like, by tomorrow, maybe the next day, if you played with it, it would actually be the consistency of Play-Doh. But then we would put it in Ziploc bags. Or a plastic bowl with a lid, like an old butter bowl or something. And it would stay for months. Months, y'all.
I love butter bowls.
Bling bling.
I put everything in butter bowls.
Yeah. That's wild. Willow would make god-awful concoctions. And I'll never forget the slime years. See, look at hers. Look how blue that is. After she got
Looks good.
Nickelodeon made an entire TV show about slime.
the blue.
This is like
Oh,
full
yeah, it
color.
feels so good.
Why does this look green? Look at that. Does that not look green?
Yeah, it looks great.
So weird. Orchid?
I haven't
That
played
totally
Play-Doh, so-
turned green laying on top of there.
This
That
is
was
like-
weird.
You need to
See
break
what
that
I
Green
one.
got
with the
Play-Doh.
hint of yellow and blue.
Yes, keep going.
You need to play that
I didn't have
What if they put green in that?
a whole lot of yellow. I don't know why they would put green and a purple. That's very, it's not colored theory at all. It's weird.
You need to bake.
Some kind of oxidation or something.
Oh, it's like purplish pink.
It is. It's orchid. That color. It's called orchid.
I like pink better.
Well, we have pink. We have a little bit of orange. Plenty of purple and blues. The yellow is lacking.
People like purple a lot.
I made mine the perfect blue.
Whoa.
Awesome. Now, this